Welcome! In this explainer, we're going to dig into a really powerful idea, that your life isn't just a series of events, it's a story. And the most incredible part, you're the one holding the pen.
So, let's kick things off with this pretty wild idea from psychiatrist Dr. Arnott Vidyanand. He's basically asking, what if, for our own well-being, a useful story is actually more valuable than some cold, hard, objective truth? It's a fascinating thought.
And this really gets at a huge shift in how we think about reality. For a long time, the modernist view was all about finding one single, universal truth. But then, postmodern thought came along and kind of flipped the table. It suggests that what really matters isn't some fixed reality out there, but the personal, useful meaning we create from the stories we tell ourselves.
I mean, think about this in a real-world sense. A truth that makes you feel hopeless and want to give up. What good is that really? But a story, even if you call it a fantasy, that gives you a reason to live, a reason to get better, well, that can literally be life-changing.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How is it even possible for our minds to build a whole reality based on stories and not just pure, unvarnished facts? To get to the bottom of this, we've got to look at how our brains construct the world from the ground up, even before language gets involved.
All right, let's dive into part one. Your brain isn't just a passive camera, just recording whatever happens to be in front of you. No, it's way more like an active artist. It's constantly interpreting, connecting dots, and creating the reality you experience. And this ability to represent reality, it's not just a human thing. Take bees. Their little waggle dance isn't just a random movement. It's a symbolic language. It's telling a complex story about where to find the best nectar, a reality that isn't even physically there in the hive. It's like drawing a map with your body.
Or look at vervet monkeys. They have specific sounds for different predators. A call for eagle makes everyone look up. A call for snake makes them look down. And here's the kicker. The symbol, the sound itself, triggers the reaction. They don't have to see the predator. The sound creates a mental idea of the threat.
Okay, but this brings up a really important question. Are these animals just reacting on instinct, or do they actually have a mental picture, an abstract idea, a concept of what these symbols really mean? Well, some really clever experiments give us the answer. Scientists showed pigeons a bunch of different pictures, but they only got a reward for pecking at the ones with trees. Later, they showed them a totally new image, one with just a tiny little tree way off in the distance. And guess what? The pigeons still pecked it. They hadn't just memorized pictures, they had formed an abstract concept of tree.
And believe it or not, that is exactly what your brain is doing constantly. Take this classic illusion. Do you see a young woman looking away, or an old woman's profile? The lines on the page don't change at all. What changes is the concept your brain chooses to apply to make sense of them. You are actively building what you see.
So this internal mental picture, this concept, it's basically the Lego brick of our understanding. It's how we make sense of literally everything, from something simple like a tree to something complex like justice. Okay, so animals can form concepts. That's cool. But then we humans came along and gave this ability a massive upgrade, an incredible superpower, really, and we call it language.
You see, language is the ultimate tool for what we call the blending of concepts. It lets us take two completely separate ideas, smash them together in our minds, and create brand new realities that have never, ever existed before.
Let's try it right now. Okay, first, just bring a familiar concept to mind. Mickey Mouse. You can probably see him, right? The big ears, the white gloves, the whole thing.
Got him? Good. Now, let's bring in a totally different concept. A huge, magnificent pair of eagle's wings. And in your mind's eye, just attach them right onto Mickey's back.
Now watch him go. See him flapping those powerful wings and soaring through the sky. Just like that. You did it. You blended two separate concepts and created a totally new reality, a creature that exists only in your imagination.
And this power, it is absolutely mind-blowing. It's the engine for everything from flying mice to our most complex mythologies, our philosophies, even our concepts of God, as Nietzsche once put it. They are all realities we build by combining ideas through language.
So this is all really cool, but what does it actually mean for you? Well, this is where it gets really personal, because this is about how you can use this incredible world-building power in your own life.
We all kind of assume our identity is just everything that's ever happened to us, right? The sum of our memories. But it's not. Your sense of self is actually the story you've chosen to tell about a very small, very select group of those experiences.
Think of it like this. Your entire life experience is this massive, chaotic ocean of countless moments and feelings. Your narrative, your story of who you are, is just a single, thin thread that you've pulled out of that entire ocean. And you're the one who chose which thread to pull.
Let's go back to that patient whose husband was unfaithful. Her initial story, the first thread she pulls, might be this one. A story of being a victim, where this one terrible event defines her entire life, making her past a waste and her future seem hopeless.
But what if she decided to pull a different thread from that very same ocean of experiences? What if she focused on her own strength, on her friends who supported her, on her desire for a better life? She could weave a brand new story. This one isn't about being a victim, it's about being the hero. It's about freedom and power, and choosing what comes next.
And this, right here, this is the most important part. Rewriting your story doesn't mean you're denying the past. The facts of what happened don't change. But you have the absolute power to change the meaning you give those facts. And when you change the meaning, you change everything.
So your reality isn't something that just happens to you. It's a story that's being written right now, every single day. And understanding this gives you the incredible, profound power to consciously pick up that pen and become its author. The only question left is, who's holding it?